Hello, everyone. Welcome to Changemakers, where we celebrate professionals who chose growth over comfort, breakthrough over stagnation. So today's changemaker is Sattyajit Roy, a seasoned professional who comes with more than 2 decades of experience in sales and marketing across manufacturing and industrial engineering sectors. So, what makes Satya's journey inspiring is about what is possible when you combine your experience with the right strategy and mindset. So, congratulations, Satya, on your breakthrough and welcome to Changemakers. So, Satya, we will begin with a brief introduction about yourself, right? And then from there, we will look into the other aspects of your journey. So, please go ahead.
So thank you, Shrijit, for this wonderful introduction. So first of all, good morning to you, and thank you for inviting me here and having me here for this session. So before I introduce myself as a head right now, working for a CP Pump Energy, I would like to introduce the person I was before this role. For more than 21 years of experience, I had the experience with working with the Flowserve, KSB, IDEX, Dover. So these are all the multinational companies which we worked with, and every position taught me something valuable about the customers, about sales. So I was handling key accounts, solving the technical challenges, and contributing to the business growth. So this was my background. But success on paper always looks very fulfilled journey and all. But deep always I felt that a better version of mine is still waiting to emerge. So I wanted to become a leader who would influence people and who can create opportunities in the sector and who can give a strong impact to the society for achieving not only the sales goal, but eventually it should impact the society. So the search for growth eventually became more important than my comfort zone. Looking back today, every challenge, every rejections, and every career transition for the opportunity to lead the role which I am currently into. So I would say that learning has been always been an important part of my journey, and along with humility and the courage to reinvent myself.
Well said. And thanks for sharing that journey. And as you rightly said, right, every experience teaches us to become a better version of ourselves, right? So great start. Now let's get into this topic a bit deeper, right? And try to understand what were the specific challenges that you were facing or areas that you wanted to work upon and become a better version, right? So what were those specific challenges that you were going through?
The biggest challenge I faced before joining CEL was not the lack of knowledge. Basically, it was the lack of clarity and confidence. Basically, I was struggling a bit for getting into my next level of growth. So I had years of experience which had given me confidence in my career in terms of technical knowledge, in terms of professionalism. But somewhere I stuck. I knew I could contribute much more. I wasn't presenting the value in the strongest possible way because somewhere I thought I was lost in the journey. So at the same time, life also tested me with some of the personal challenges, but I didn't lost my hope. Basically, what matters is how do you respond to the challenges which is coming up. So I decided to reinvent myself and invest. So I started questioning my mindset, my habits, my approach towards the opportunities. So rather than waiting for the perfect opportunity, I prepared myself to become the right person for the opportunity. My mindset where it shifted from like not doing anything to doing something which can impact. So today when I look back, I don't see those difficult days as an obstacle. I see them as a training ground that strengthened me in my career, which gave me the resilience and improved my confidence. So ultimately it helped me to move into the leadership role. Every setback in my journey was a lesson for me that I still use in my professional and personal life.
Sure. Thanks for sharing that. And as you rightly said, after a certain stage in your career, experience knowledge is not enough. You need to rework, regroup, reinvent yourself. And there are phases in life which pulls you down. And these challenges keep happening. The real difference is how do you bounce back stronger, right? How do you build that confidence back? And I have seen it real time with you because I have interacted with you from day one. And today I'm talking to you. There is a huge difference. So all efforts are showing up now, and congratulations to you for reinventing your mindset. Right now, I see a different version of Satya sitting in front of me, and really proud of it. Right. So thanks for sharing that, Satya. Now, these were your challenges, but what made you take that decision to join CEL for your transformation journey?
Srijit, the decision to join CEL was not an impulsive decision, I would say. It wasn't driven by frustration or hope of finding a new job overnight. In fact, it was the result of countless evenings I spent prospecting that what journey I should be looking forward to. So I would often sit alone, reflect on my career journey. I would write something or the other in the paper. What should be the milestones and all. So I had built over 2 decades of experience working with some of the very good companies and the multinational companies and all. But somewhere I was finding, no, this is not where I want to reach, or there is something lacking. So I wasn't
Right.
questioning my experience, I was questioning my growth. So I asked myself some difficult questions. So am I truly becoming the leader I want to be? So is the experience enough to take me to the next level? So what more I can do to unlock my true potential? So at that point of time, those questions stayed me within me for weeks. So the more I reflected, the more I realized that while I had gained the technical expertise and experience over the years, but I wanted to grow into a stronger leader, a better communicator, someone who could inspire others both with the actions and the attitude. So around that time, I had the privilege of interacting with one of our most respected senior professionals from our industry, who also happened to a member of community. So started as a simple professional conversation, gradually became a life-changing discussion for me. There was something different about the way he spoke. So it wasn't about positions, salaries, or changing companies. Instead of that, he told me the purpose of life, the mindset, the discipline, the continuous learning what we can make, and becoming the kind of professional that opportunities naturally seek. So his words made me pause and think, and it shook me from inside. So for the first time, beyond my resume, I have to look and focus to the person in that I am. So he didn't tell me what job I should apply for, what I should do next level, but he encouraged me to the first become the person capable of creating big opportunities in myself. So that perspective completely changed the way I looked at my career. So when he introduced me to CEL, I realized that it was much more than a career community. It was a place where you can genuinely invest in one another's growth, like within the community. So it was a community where accountability replaced excuses. The mindset becomes more stronger, and your foundation to success becomes more prominent at that point of time. So at that moment, I made one most important decision in my career, where I stopped waiting for the circumstances to make change. I decided to change myself from inside. So that was the reason how I see, and I
Yes.
think joining CL was one of the best investment I have ever made in myself. Looking back today, I'm very confident right now after joining CL, which didn't just help for a better opportunity, but it helped me discover a better version of myself. So that one decision changed the direction of my career, strengthened my confidence, transformed the way I think, and reminded me the real growth that always begins from inside. So one courageous decision that you make, or that investment you make, changes your life.
Very well put, Satya. I think you captured the real essence of the community through that story. Because in Career Excellence League, it's not about just the title, the job. It's about changing the person you are, working at your core level, and working on your identity. And I'm really proud of every member in the community today who has actually gone through this journey. He's a transformed person. He may have moved to a different level, of course. He may have got those breakthroughs. But even beyond that, the person that he has become, that is more important. And that has been the mission for the community for a long time. So, very well captured there. So, once you joined the program, what were the specific areas that you worked on as a part of the curriculum that really helped you transform, helped you become the person you are today?
One of the biggest transformation in my journey wasn't a change in the decision or thoughts, but rather it was the change in my mindset. Actually, every sessions which I had gone through in a career excellence program, it really changed the mindset, because it is full of positivity. It brings out what you are from inside and what you can bring into the table. So there was a time when I constantly looked on for external validations. I was unknowingly allowing the confidence to depend on other people's decision. So then I decided I will write my own story. No one can distract me. The biggest shift what happened when I joined CA during one of the sessions, a simple thought completely changed my perspective. Instead of asking, you told, I remember, who will give me the next opportunity? You should start your own journey. You should value yourself. You should see what comes from your inner strengths. So you should utilize that. So I understood the real growth begins when you believe in yourself and make every single day. So from the day onwards, I stopped chasing the opportunities and I started preparing myself for a better career. So I became more intentional with my time. I developed the habit of learning every day. So learning every day is a habit which I still follow. Another powerful realization was understanding the setbacks are not the signs of failure. So earlier, when rejections came, I was questioning that no, I am not fit for the opportunity. But today, I am a different Satya altogether. So today, I look at every setback and ask myself what is the experience I have gained from the setback. So what the setback has taught me. So that simple change in the perspective made me more resilient and emotionally stronger. And second thing, I had stopped comparing my journey with others. So basically, comparison only creates unnecessary pressure, while self improvement creates confidence in yourself. So today, I firmly believe that the biggest competition in life is not with others, it's with the person you were yesterday. When you focus on becoming better every day, success is no longer something you chase. It becomes a natural phenomena to your growth.
So well reflected. I think you hit the nail on its head, right? Because when people keep comparing their own journey with others, there is no end to that, right? It only adds to the frustration. But when you start introspecting your own journey, where you were and what you have become today, that is the real game, right? So as you said, mindset was one key area which you worked on. Beyond mindset, what were the few things that you could develop in the community?
Several practical strategies from CEL made a lasting impact, I would say. The first one was maintaining consistency. Small daily improvements created the momentum in myself. Every day before going to sleep, also, I always see the videos which you recommended. I always go through the goal cards. The second was the learning how to present my professional framework effectively. Like instead of simply listing responsibilities, I learned to explain the business impacts, how it can shape the things for the business. Also, I approached earlier the interviews and the leadership conversations in a timid way, but now the conversations are more efficient, more productive or constructive, I would say. So this way I slowly changed my mindset. And finally, the accountability of the CL community kept me moving forward.
You have always been an implementer, right? And that is what I see common in most of the achievers, right? They follow the system and they implement. So the success lies in taking action. So that's pretty much evident from your journey. Great. Now let's change gears and talk about your current role, current profile. So if you can just share what do you do?
Receiving the opportunity to join CP Pumpin AG as a country sales head in India, it was one of my wish list job. A periodic thing which we did in CEL was writing the wish lists, right? So it was one from wish list job. The I had made a list where I could put this company also in my list, and it was in my wish list from many years. So yeah, so it was the outcome of months of preparation, perseverance. There were moments where that journey many of the times felt uncertain, especially while balancing professional aspirations with the personal responsibilities and setbacks. Every discussion and every lesson from CEL helped me to become more confident, more authentic, and more real in myself. So, when I accepted this role, I realized success rarely arrives overnight. It's very true. It is built through consistent effort, resilience, and the willingness of how you try to keep improving yourself. So when results are not immediately visible, you feel sometimes frustrated on some, but don't give up. So today I see this not as a destination, but as a platform to create value for the customers, develop business, and represent a global organization with integrity. So this organization is a Swiss-based organization, and so after certain rounds of interviews, I got selected, and I'm doing good with the company, and look forward to make a good impact. Yeah.
Absolutely, without a doubt, I think you're going to go places. This is just the beginning. Great. So we have covered your previous experience. We have covered what the transformation was, and we have also understood where you are currently and where you are keen to make the next level impact, right? But still, there are a lot of professionals that we see are stuck. They are going through phases of stagnation. They are looking for answers. They are clueless. So, what would be your top 3 tips for them to break out of this stagnation?
So I think Shrijit, experience is undoubtedly very valuable. It should not be ignored. But experience alone doesn't guarantee growth. So continuous learning, adaptability, and the willingness to challenge your own thinking and truly create new opportunities, that becomes a challenge at certain point of time. So many of us believe that we are already performing at our best. The reality is that our perspective changes only when we step outside our comfort zone and embrace new learnings and consciously time in developing ourselves and create that success stories for ourselves. So that is when real transformation begins. So don't wait for someone else to recognize your potential. See, success alone never can be achieved by your single effort or something. It's a daily practice. So most importantly, remember that your current situation does not define your future. Your next chapter can be completely different if you are willing to prepare for it with dedication and discipline. So I have learned that the path to success is always open. A mentor can show you the right direction, help you avoid unnecessary mistakes, and if you are stuck somewhere, mentor can guide you and inspire you to think bigger and better. So no mentor can walk the journey on your behalf. So the commitment, discipline, then perseverance and hard work definitely is required to travel this journey, and it must come from within yourself. Mentor can guide you, but it should come from your inner self. So when guidance is combined with consistent action, achieving new milestones, it becomes inevitable. So believe in yourself, keep learning, stay humble, and never stop moving forward. The best investment you will ever make is making investment in yourself. So that is how you can make a difference in your life.
Well said, Satya. Because a lot of people remain stuck because of their own mindset issues, because they believe nothing else is there, right? So once you take charge of your career, take action, get guidance, because everybody needs guidance, and that is how opportunities will start coming in, right? So don't wait, create opportunities. Now, before we close, something you would like to talk about Career Excellence League, please go ahead.
Yeah, before we conclude, Srijit, I would like to thank CEL from bottom of my heart and express my heartfelt gratitude to the CEL for the support and the love they have shown to me towards my journey. And I would also like to thank every member of CEL community for creating an environment that inspires continuous learning, collaboration, accountability, and talking about the personal growth, of course. So being a part of this community has been a truly enriching experience for me, and it has been a great journey for me. Last and foremost, I would like to sincerely thank Srijit, you, my mentor, for believing in me and challenging me to think differently and guiding me throughout this journey. Your mentorship has helped me look beyond my limitations. You have to discover possibilities that I never imagined for myself. So a special thanks goes also to my family. They stood beside me during every phase of my journey through moments of uncertainty, self-doubts, challenges, ultimately the success too. So to everyone watching this video, I would like to leave with one message. Every successful career has moments of uncertainty. Every successful professional face rejections, setbacks, failures, and self-doubts with them. So they are simply, I would say, preparing you for something bigger. So yeah, I would say keep learning, keep growing, keep inspiring.
Wonderful. I think it's been a great conversation, Satya. And as a mentor, it gives me happiness to see the transformation that has happened in you. And that's my real win as a mentor. And that's the win for the community as well. Wishing you all the best. I'll see you soon. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.